and that's why we're talking about whether marriage is a poverty alleviation program. All right. Pardon me for people who might feel offended by this title, but it's just something that comes to my mind, and I thought, why not look at it like that? In fact, you won't believe it that some of the people that have seen the flyer on my status, women, at least two of them agree that say it's actually like you know for financial reasons. Somebody from India actually said, Paul, that she believed that, especially in their culture where they do arranged marriage, that mostly they look at how much money you have, they look at the job that you have. So nobody cares about whether you are feeling for the guy, you don't have feeling for the guy. After all, you are meeting for the first time and you are going to get married maybe in the next 2 or 3 months or 5 months or 6 months at the most. So it's about whether you can take care of my daughter, or whether the father-in-law, the father of the daughter, has a lot of money to give to the guy. That's what matters as far as they are concerned in India. And gradually in Nigeria, so, when I was growing up, there was a lot of talk about love. I marry because I love you. Let's talk about people arranging marriage, or parents arranging uh, maybe a boy or a guy or a girl for their children. So it has become an independent thing. I bring my girl out to my parents at home to show them this is who I want to marry. But gradually it's like both men and women are now focusing on how much do you bring to the table. What kind of job does this guy has? Some people say, guys, look at whether the woman is fine. When you are talking to your boy, to your friends, they will say, the guy, like I said, the girl fine, but the ladies, when ladies are talking to themselves, they ask which job the guy they do, you know whether he can pay the bill or not. These are just my views and some of the things that I've read and heard. Now, my guest is going to be doing justice to the question. I have 10 questions. Hopefully, we can go through it. And here are my guests. All of them are not new to us. And so, waste time, I'm going to, according to how they are on my screen, we have Abifa. She's my friend. UK based and Nigerian origin. All of us are Nigerian origin, sure. And Mama Dorothy is a Nollywood person. And Dr. Bolu is a teacher and accountant. Timlei, I can see your face small. So Timlei is a researcher and a geologist, I believe. So I'm going to start with the women. So I start with Dorothy with my question. And my question is, in your days when you were younger and considering marriage, who made the decision? Is it your parents or you or by yourself? I'm not just about you, I'm talking about people of your generation. Is it the girl or the boy that makes the decision, or the parents?
Okay. Back then, it was parents that arranged marriages. Now, those parents, first, they look at the character of the boy and of the girl. When a girl is well behaved, a family that has a boy ready for marriage will walk up to the family of the girl and say, my son wants to marry your daughter. I've watched her over time and I see that she's well brought up. My son wants to marry her. Most times too, the family of the girl particularly, they look at where the resources that they, apart from number one thing is character. Their number two concern is where does the guy live? Can he feed their child? Like I come from Eastern Nigeria. Those guys who has migrated to Lagos, they had better chances and better opportunities. Parents prefer to give their daughters to those who come from city, like from Lagos, from Port Harcourt and Aba. They feel that those people, they are well off to take care of their children. So when you look at this title today, it has always been so from the beginning. Parents look at someone who can take care of their daughter for them. And then back then, a man will marry a girl that has a primary school. and trained her even up to university, and even helped train the wife's siblings and impart on the family of the wife. And that wife, in return, will so submit to that man, value him and respect him and honor him, even call him names like Odogu, Omeka Naya. Omeka Naya is he that behaves like father. So the woman will adore him, respect his family, and they lived in peace. But these days, when you make that mistake of training a girl from after primary, she may end up telling you that you are not my class. How much did you spend? I'll pay you back. But by the difference is that such a woman would adore that man, will always, you see, people value their destiny helpers. Such a wife that you invested on like that will always praise you, will always make you feel worthy to help her family more and more. So some families actually look at the family background. So somehow, if you look at this title, it's like poverty alleviation, because that family, they want to go to Lagos to visit their daughter who is married in Lagos. So they prefer to give their daughter to the men that came from Lagos, who had cars, who are building houses in Lagos, in the village. And I remember my grandfather, families came to him and said, please look at my daughter. She's old enough for what you want to do with a woman. Please take her, marry her, give us a piece of land to farm so we can survive. But my grandfather has so many. So you can see that family bringing their daughter to him was also looking at poverty alleviation, right? So I think it's always been there. The difference is that today is so people feel entitled. A girl you train in school will feel entitled. I didn't beg you, you trained me. Instead of appreciating you, so that make you feel honored and happy to do more, she wants to rub it on your face. She may even leave you and marry someone else. But back then, women didn't do that.
So you did a very good job in the intro, and I'm happy that I'm not crazy after all. So I used to think maybe it's a thing that started during my own generation and maybe Abby's generation. When we talk about the implication of money and all of those things, that now we know that okay, it's not that much of our fault.